Hi, I'm Kelly Holmes and I'm the National School Sport Champion. Day after day there are grim newspaper headlines warning that the current generation of school children are couch potatoes who will die young. You can choose to let the doom mongers frighten you, or you can do something about it, like these two schools in this programme. They've put healthy living at the top of their agenda.
It's Health Fair Day at Tong School, a specialist sports college on the outskirts of Bradford. The fair is designed to inform students about healthy lifestyles and show they can be fun too.
The face masks, you know, like you go and buy like different face masks from shops and stuff, and they're really expensive. You can make them. So that one's out of strawberry and honey. That one's out of cucumber and natural yoghurt, and that one's egg yolk. Just put a little bit on your finger and rub it on your cheek. Leave it on for a couple of minutes, and then your face should be lovely and soft. Like, you can wipe it off afterwards. We're not going to have to make you walk around school with it on your face.
The impetus for the fair and much more came from a newspaper report dubbing Bradford the UK's fattest city. As Director of Specialism at Tong, Steve Gates was shocked by the article.
There's no way we can actually accept that finding, accept that report and not do something about it. You know, I actually did have a sleepless night thinking that I worked as a director of sport in a city that was hailed as the most, well, certainly a city that came out in the highest rate of heart disease and was classified as the most obese city in the United Kingdom. And so naturally, I set about with a team of colleagues to say, look, what are we going to do about this?
Steve re-examined the food, drink and exercise options available in the school. Then he considered how best to promote a healthy lifestyle to the students.
We began thinking about changing the culture. It's not about actually denying people's chances and denying people's choices. It's about educating them to choose correctly. So naturally, we began with a huge marketing campaign.
There was backing from the top in promoting a healthy school ethos. The head teacher supported the plans, right down to displaying promotional posters on her door. After the campaign came the health fair. Everything from mental health to dental health was represented. The health fair was also an opportunity to explain the downside of smoking to some young lads.
Well, it shows you what happens if you smoke when you get older. Okay? Have a guess.
You can't get an erection no more.
Over girls. Okay? And what it is, if you think about how you get an erection, it's lots of blood going into your penis, yeah? Now, one of the things that smoking does is narrows your blood vessels, and that's how you have a heart attack, because you're not getting blood to your heart. Same happens with your penis as well. So a lot of men, you don't hear much about it, a lot of men can't get an erection when they're older because they smoke.
Food technology teacher Jane Gert had a stand at the health fair, but it wasn't a one-off. She ensures that the healthy food message is part of the curriculum too.
We do quite a lot of healthy eating now. We don't just do baked products and things. We're looking at the current national agenda on improving the healthy eating and things within school. And so by the children trying some of the things today, seeing some pictures of the children working with fruit and things, so that when they come into food technology, they don't just expect to make biscuits and cakes. They know that we'll be looking at some of the healthier, wider issues to do with food.
The health fair also spread the message about proper hydration, with each student given a water bottle to keep and use. By the end of the morning, it was clear that many of the students knew that fruit and vegetables are good for you. But for some, actually eating them is a different matter.
Cauliflower is manky. I don't like Brussels sprouts. I like bananas. I don't like sprouts. Do you? I don't.
The school council and other mechanisms already gave students a say in food and exercise options. But Steve and his colleagues anticipated they'd have to do more than just consult and educate. They knew they needed to give students an incentive to make healthy choices.
We may have lots of different varieties of menus. We may have this beautiful array of delicious foods that are healthy and full of vitamins and minerals. However, the real issue was engaging young people into thinking, Why shouldn't I have chips and pizza? What's in it for me?
And so the Tong School Healthy Lifestyle Card was launched. Every time a student picks a healthy eating option from the school canteen, the card is stamped, with students helping to run the scheme. 20 stamps can be exchanged for rewards such as Bradford balls or Bradford City tickets or vouchers to spend in shops selling sports goods. Madeline Billsborough has been the school's catering manager for 6 years, and in that time she's made lots of changes.
There was no pasta, there was no jacket potatoes, no salad bar. There was only a certain type of sandwich, i.e. egg, cheese, ham. We do a deli range of sandwiches now. So basically everything with the exception of burgers, chips and pizza has been introduced in the last 6 years.
The school's catchment includes areas of serious deprivation, so changing eating habits within school could have really beneficial effects. Tong uses newsletters and its website to liaise with parents about initiatives. But implementing change can be a hit-and-miss affair.
The big success has got to be the chicken pittas. They've been phenomenal. I would say pittas and jacket potatoes. The disaster was when we tried
a chip-free day
and we put jacket potatoes
on.
We put 300 on and we sold 2. And they did not take an alternative, they just walked.
Now that there's an incentive, will the students still walk away? Head teacher Lynn O'Reilly sets an example for all.
How many do I need to get to the rugby? 20. Fine, good, thank you very much.
Take cricket as well.
Oh, cricket? Ah, now you're talking. How many do I need to get to the cricket?
Just have to fill them all in.
Fill them all in. And I get a ticket to go to the cricket. How much is that going to cost the school?
Lynn can sleep easy. The rewards are donated. But are her students getting the message?
It gives you more energy to do stuff, whereas if you eat fast food, you get tired more quickly. Whereas if you eat healthy food, you stay more active.
I like burgers because they're better than the other healthy food.
You feel tempted to eat the fast food because it tastes nice, but then you think about yourself 20 years ahead and being all fat and everything.
With lunchtime of launch day over and food choices carefully assessed, how did the catering staff rate the effects of the healthy lifestyle cards?
I think because of the yellow cards, they chose wiser because they wanted the prize at the end of it. I think the cards were a really good idea and I think they worked. But I think it also has to be something that happens every day, all day, right across the school.
Naturally, physical education and sport play a big part in the drive for a healthier school. And Tong already had a sports equipment loan scheme so students and their families could exercise at home. But the launch of the Healthy Lifestyles card stepped up activity even more. Now students get a stamp in their card for attending sports out of school hours. Today the options include the fitness suite and rounders. Just as 20 healthy eating stamps result in rewards, 20 exercise stamps can also be exchanged for sports tickets and retail vouchers. The cashed-in cards are just one way in which the school monitors students' food and exercise choices. Steve Gates is the first to acknowledge that it's early days for the Healthy Lifestyle Initiative at Tong, but he knows he's doing everything in his power to make the alarming newspaper headlines a thing of the past.
A Healthy Lifestyle card, by all means some people call it a gimmick, but it certainly was the start to say, look, focus on it, there is a reward. More importantly, over the long term, it's, well actually, I do feel a lot better. Actually, I can run a lot further. Actually, I'm sleeping a lot better. Actually, I'm getting on well, I'm behaving well, I'm learning better. And it's that really, in essence, that's the long-term aim.
Meanwhile, at Cumberland School in Newham in East London, they're pedalling towards health.
When we bid to become a sports college, we had to have a main priority, and our main priority was to improve the health of our students, of our staff and of our local community, and we are committed to that. Being a sports college is not just based in the PE department, it's very much a whole school thing, and I think coming to and from school is part of that, whether it's encouraging your students to walk more, to cycle more, and hopefully, you know, not to get your mum and dad to drive you in as much.
It's nose to tail or front wheel to back wheel.
Okay.
Come in stand the other side of the bicycle. You don't want to be stuck in the middle there.
With backing from the borough, Cumberland is running 6-week cycle training courses designed to prepare students for riding independently. The club shows them how to maintain their bikes in a safe, roadworthy condition.
Okay, so the 3 main things you're checking are brakes, handlebars not wobbly and tyres pumped up.
And just as important, how to ride safely. Students are told that helmets are essential on the public road and desirable even on the school tennis court, although the few students who haven't got helmets here haven't been prevented from participating.
So when you're riding in the snake, keep your eyes forward, make sure you've got enough stopping distance.
Setting up the project was fairly straightforward. Most of the facilities were already in place.
When we came here, we obviously had bike stands so that, you know, our students and our staff had somewhere to lock up their bikes that was as safe as we could make it. To run the actual cycle club, we just needed a flat piece of ground, which we've been using our netball and tennis courts. And they've spent the first few weeks on them, and then when we're sure that they're pretty competent, we can take them out onto the streets. Obviously, they wear their high-vis vests and, you know, they're surrounded by staff.
Okay. Now you've got to be very, very careful here. So we're clear, we can see there isn't anything coming. There's something coming now, so we're not going to go right now. Nothing coming. Let's go. Let's go.
Despite the heavy traffic in the area, cycling is catching on in the school.
We have a lot of staff who cycle to school, and it is a fantastic way of getting around London. If you've ever been on the tube system, you'll know that particularly when the weather's like this, you want to be on a bike and not stuck in a tunnel. So if we can encourage our students to ride more, and our families and our staff, obviously we're doing a lot for everybody. The environment benefits, fitness benefits, health benefits. The way we're trying to deal with that is to ensure that everybody feels comfortable and confident on a bike. But yeah, it's their fitness as well as their ability to transport themselves. Freedom.
And Cumberland School feels this cycling club will actually help roll out a bigger healthy lifestyle message.
We are a sports college, we are a healthy school, and that's not just the responsibility of the PE department, that's the responsibility of every single member of staff, every parent, every student in the school. So hopefully all the little things that we're doing to encourage people to take more responsibility for their own health and fitness will obviously have a big impact on the community.
Tong and Cumberland, schools with simple, practical ideas. In both schools, the ethos promotes healthy lifestyles. The health fair and curriculum time are used to promote understanding of health issues. Food and drink in school reflect the health message. And both schools promote behaviours that lead to lifelong activity underpinned by a programme of high-quality physical education. Just like Steve Gates up in Bradford, Joe Doyle knows that there are no quick fixes for making schools healthier, but making a start with small achievable changes is half the battle.
You think about starting a club with 2 or 3 people in it, building by word of mouth, and we can do that in a number of disciplines, then sure, it's got to have a bigger impact on the health of the school. And that's what our main focus is. If we can then spread that out to a community level, then it's fantastic.